I'm pretty sure that was fifth gear.
Are you happy?
Oh,
6 months in the making, man.
Bloody ecstatic.
Guys, welcome back to a long-awaited episode. It's just been hectic here. We are getting ready to launch the Land Cruiser kits with the 8-speed swaps, and that has been a lot of work in the background. There's also been a lot of Lamik sales and just a lot of stuff going on, including Brock's car. Finally, all right. So, guys, if you don't know, we actually started this car, this 8-speed swap, back in October the 19th. I looked at the footage when I pulled it out.
That far.
It was a long time ago. And maybe, is it going to roll today under its own power?
Yeah, I'm confident it will. It'll be sweet.
All right, for people that haven't seen this car before, quick rundown on what it is. Brock, you've had it for how many years?
Oh, I can't remember. It's a lot. 6, 7, something like that.
And you've turned it into what it is today. It is an S15. It's got wide body kit. It's got to have a wide body kit. It's
Yeah.
huge. Oh, these are all aftermarket. What's the engine setup, just quickly?
It's just a standard bottom end 1J VVTi with cams, springs, just your normal basic 1J stuff.
And this is its first time with this specific turbo. What's it got on it now?
Yeah, it's a Pulsar G30 770. The old turbo, the rear wheel got chewed up on it, and it's an old Precision, so it wasn't worth rebuilding. Cheaper to go with the Pulsar, and hopefully we get a little bit more performance out of it.
What was it making with the old turbo?
Old turbo did 600 at the wheels. It was really good set. I was really happy with it, but yeah, hopefully with the new technology in these turbos, we'll come on boost a little bit quicker, and it should be really fun, especially with the trans brake.
Now, something that's going to be relevant to a few people thinking about doing Lamik swaps. This is running off a Haltech 750.
Yep, sure is.
You've learnt is a slight issue.
Kind of. There's a slight issue with, I run an I/O box to run a heap of other sensors on this, and I found out once I was wiring the Lamik in that the Lamik speaks to the Haltech as an I/O box, but with the Elite 750, I think it's anything under Elite 1000, you can't have more than one I/O box. But there is some other things we can do to make everything work nice and seamless how I want it to.
All right, well, we'll get into the Lamik setup shortly, but yeah, this is going to be its first sort of running with this turbo setup, because you've changed your charge pipes, you've changed a lot of stuff, haven't you?
Yeah, I had to change the charge pipes because we lifted the motor up to get the gearbox a bit higher. So, because I run this car pretty low, I don't want to scrape it on the ground.
Can't wait to show these guys how it sits on the ground. All right, let's put it up in the air and we'll show them what you've done, because you've got a PMC adapter that wasn't completely straightforward.
Yeah, that wasn't the best thing ever, but...
All right, we'll get up in the air and we'll show the guys how you got this gearbox in. We are now underneath. The last thing these guys saw, we did have the gearbox in. In fact, I will put a link up in the corner to the playlist on getting this gearbox in this car. But the last thing they saw, we had the PMC adapter and it wasn't quite right. The gearbox was on a bit of an angle, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on about 10-degree angle. And we had to modify the adapter plate to fit it onto the engine. And we ended up getting a hold of Seems Legit, who we got it from. And they sorted it out, got us the right one, got it all sorted. And yeah, that was really good. Really good of them.
So once we had, I guess this might be version 2 of the PMC JZ to 8HP, there was still a thread that was wrong, wasn't there? It wasn't quite straightforward.
Yeah, so there's some issues with where the starter motor mounts. I managed to rectify the issues. I probably won't use a PMC adapter again for something like this, but I've since fitted a couple of other adapters from other companies, and they seem really good.
Well, they're the Nomiworks ones,
yeah,
which we've got on the store. I mean, this could be a one-off. The PMC adapter that we used on the SR20 was absolutely fine.
Yep.
Although we haven't run that car yet, but yeah, maybe this was just a one-off, bit of an iffy thing. You need to tell people how you ended up getting the box in the car. So I've got a fair bit of footage from you doing all the work, but this car did need a tunnel, and it's because you have the JZ mounted and you have it in a weird position. So this sits slightly lower than it does in Brett's car.
Yeah. So I had it really low, and the car's really low, and Brent's car isn't quite as low as this. So we built a bash plate on Brent's to get around the issues.
Yep.
But on this one, I wanted to raise the engine and raise the gearbox up into the tunnel. So
what was the process of redoing the tunnel?
Well, basically, you start by getting everything out of the engine bay, everything out underneath, everything out of the inside of the car, and then marking out the tunnel where you want it. Sort of did some, rough measurements off the gearbox and how big I wanted it to fit around it and make it easy to work on. And then I pretty much do all that, then cut it all out with a grinder. Here we got the final cuts, nice straight lines. So from this, now we're going to make our sheet metal section. It looks really large, but it'll look a bit more in scale once it's all sheeted in. Make a bit of a wireframe with some bits of TIG rod, just so that then I can have some straight lines to measure off on my sheet metal. And then I measure all that up, make a cardboard template that sits in there, and trim that to the nice edges around the hole, and then lay that flat and transfer it onto sheet metal. Cut the sheet metal. I think I cut most of it on the plasma, and then some of it by hand, and then yeah, just sit it in and start welding. Then a bit of seam sealer.
That was, I reckon you did that about 4 months ago.
Yeah,
and
it feels like it was yesterday.
Well, it was before we started the work on the 79 series kits.
Yeah.
But now it's back in. The gearbox sits in there nicely. The tunnel is finished really, really nicely. And you've got the crossmember mounted.
Yep.
You ended up going with, you've made a tail shaft yourself.
Yeah, so this is a bit of a bitzer.
I don't think we should talk about this.
Okay.
Because it's probably not something I'm going to do for customers.
No,
cars,
it won't
but
be.
You've done it for this and it works, but you did it on the cheap. Well done. You have got these are the turbo Lamik oil cooler adapters. Yep. Because you've gone for the tunnel, you've actually got the clearance where these are more so for like, I guess, four-wheel drives. So you've got a heap of clearance.
That's right. They'll fit great in four-wheel drives.
It works in this application, and you have got a trans cooler mounted.
Yeah,
which you might not be able to
very hard to see, but it's basically, we have them on the shelf ready to go. We've been using those as engine oil coolers for a long time. They work really well, and as we've seen on Max 79 series, they work really well as an 8HP cooler.
All right, dude, you've done the wiring on the inside. Now, you use one of the universal Lamik harnesses that we have on the website.
Yep, sure did.
How long do you reckon it took you to wire that into the ECU?
Oh, look,
This was the first one Brock did.
Yeah, I probably laid it on the bench, probably spent half an hour looking over it, comparing it to my ECU notes, probably another 2 hours, and it was done, ready to go.
Got it wired in. Now, you have started the engine.
I have started the engine, I've run the engine, so everything's got oil in it. I did do a bit of a first fill on the gearbox. Where first fill, started running. We had to make a little dipstick thing to go in there. But this is first fill of my 8HP in my S15. Everything seems to be going really well. I don't want to curse it by saying that, but it seems good. Happy man. But my exhaust sits really close to it, like right here.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to tell people about
Yeah, I don't mind. It's a bit of an oversight, and we only got to fill it once. So we got the exhaust off now, so we can top it up now. But when I was trying to get the plug back in, it was very tight, working like this, trying not to burn myself on the exhaust. So
All right, so I guess what we're going to do now, we're going to start the car up and actually properly fill the oil.
yeah.
And we completely forgot to talk about Brock's converter adapter, which the PMC kit that we ordered October. And don't forget, this was long before we were really doing many 8HP swaps. In fact, I think you ordered this before Dan had even finished his 46.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, basically, it didn't come with a adapter to go from the flex plate to the converter. Luckily, we got a CNC machine and we got a Brock.
I whipped one up one Friday afternoon.
It's
You guys can do it at home too.
Oh, yeah, you just need a $100,000 CNC machine, you're good to go. But that's another reason why we're going with the DomiWorks kits. They come with everything. I think PMC may have updated this kit again to include a converter
They
adapter.
could possibly have.
But yeah, there's been a hell of a lot of custom work that's gone into getting this one in this car. Actually, when you think about it, how much easier was Brent's?
Oh, it was so much easier. Even when we did the bash plate. But look, I wanted it high up because this is also a street car, and I don't be worried about speed bumps ripping it open. Like if you're at the track and you lose a bit of oil, that's okay. You can deal with that. You're not that far from where all your stuff is. But if I'm, going for a cruise down the Gold Coast, doing fat laps on Capel Ave, I don't want to lose my ATF on a speed bump.
All right, let's get it down, start it up, and get it filled up because I want to see if it moves.
Let's do it.
There's no exhaust on it.
There's no exhaust, so it's very loud. I'm sorry.
All right, do a Caltech dash. All right, back up in the air. Dude, why does it sound like that?
I made it idle fun.
Right, so that's you've tuned that idle in.
Yeah, it does have cams, but they're not that big.
Okay.
But just by messing with the zero to demand ignition table and the VVTi stuff, I made it idle like it's a drag car.
I cannot wait to hear this thing going from that to a trans brake to bouncing off the limiter. All right, it's full. You must have got more in there than I realised.
Yeah, I was by myself, as you'll see in the video that I'll send you later. But I got as much as I could in, but I made a massive mess when I was trying to do it.
All right, dude, let's get the exhaust back on and see if we can roll this thing.
Let's do it.
Not roll it over, roll it backwards and
No,
forwards.
forward, backwards. That'll
Yeah.
do.
Bad if we rolled it. Oof. Actually, I just thought I'd show him quickly the clearance with the exhaust in place.
Oh yeah, it's pretty tight. I also went from a 3-inch round to a 3.5-inch oval exhaust for a bit more ground clearance again. So that didn't help either. If it was round, it'd probably be over here a bit more anyway.
Yeah, it's a bit hard when you get some exhaust temperature in there to get that filled. Anyway, hopefully, you won't need to do that again for a little while.
Hopefully.
All right, it's time. Brock, what have you done since we last had you on camera?
Put the seats in, finish off the interior trims a bit. I've still got some things to do in here. Like this trim doesn't fit properly yet and a couple other bits and pieces, but the shifter's in, seats are in, steering wheel's on. I think we should give it a test rip and see what happens.
Well, I just want to see if it moves. We haven't tried to move. We rolled it back off the hoist. That's it. There's a few other things you've got to do to this because you haven't got your paddles yet.
I haven't got my paddles yet. I need a new Boss kit because they've been hard to find for an ADM Model S15 apparently. I don't know why. So I'll set up the paddles yet and I'll get some trim sorted around the gear stick. I've actually got a short gear stick coming, so I'll put that in too.
Yes.
Once that gets here.
All right, dude. Fire it up.
Let's do it.
See if it moves. So does that go cold start and then it starts your funny idle?
Yeah.
I shouldn't say funny. It's tuned idle.
My fun idle.
All right. So we haven't got gear display on the Haltech yet, but that will be coming.
That will be. We've got Lamik screen at the moment though. So,
All right, so you're in park. We're in reverse.
We stalled.
Why did it stall? Oh, because of your silly idle.
My fun idle.
All right, all right.
I'll let the coolant temp get up a little bit.
Okay.
So then the idle's a bit more stable.
You also don't have the brake pedal input hooked up yet, do you?
No, I do, yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Did you get that open?
Yep.
Alright.
On the other laptop.
Where's the gear position?
This one here, gear target.
So top, I don't think the camera could see it anyway.
Alright, I'll bring it up. Gear target up the top left. You should be able to see it change when it changes.
There's too much, not enough light. All right, well, let's see. We've got coolant temp now. Coolant temp's at 70.
Yeah, we're at 70, we're good.
Is it going to work? Oh, it's in gear.
Hey,
Oh.
alright, we're moving. It works.
Dude. To go forwards?
Hey, automatic drift car.
Another one. Oh, your reverse lights work?
Yeah, do they?
They do.
That's the first time they've ever worked since I've had this car.
Don't tell Queensland Police. You have reverse lights. Oh, that's sick. It looks so good. Does it feel alright, take up?
Yeah, it feels really good. I keep double clicking back to go to drive even though I know I don't need to.
Oh, yes.
I was going to try the trans brake.
He's actually going to do that. I know he is. Oh, it looks so good. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
But this is... You've not done any adapting.
It'll adapt itself, I'm sure.
Kind of madness, but this is Brock. Test everything to the limits.
gonna be excellent. I was gonna swear then.
No.
I'll do it again.
Anything go wrong?
Nah, not a thing. I'm doing it again. I'm a bit shaky. That is
Wait, it's working. Do you know what boost it's hitting or anything?
it's only 17 psi.
Oh, dude.
That was fourth gear, or maybe fifth gear. I started in third. I'm pretty sure that was fifth gear.
Are you happy?
Oh,
6
I'm
months in the making, man.
Bloody ecstatic. I'm just going to do that everywhere.
No, you're not.
No.
At every track.
At every racetrack that sanctions the trans brake skids.
It makes some smoke.
Yeah.
You put it on the gas level.
That is sweet.
You're a kid
What
in the
a
candy
sound.
shop. That's
Hell yeah.
sick. I cannot wait to get this out on
The laptop launched the floor.
And is there any knocks or anything in the drivetrain? Trans feel all right?
Ah, it's just been old brain rattling around your head a bit. No, it's sweet. Everything works.
All right. Rock, your car moves.
It moves.
The Lamik works.
Everything works.
Nothing broke.
Nothing's broken.
Yet.
Nothing's gonna break.
I vaguely remember an E46 trying something similar and axles breaking. So I'm glad we didn't have that.
BMW things, mate. There's all this in here.
All right, dude.
Toyota.
So you got to finish the interior off. You got to
Yep.
get your clutch pedal done.
Yep.
In fact, there's a couple of guys that have ordered the clutch pedal emulators. We should hopefully have them done.
I'm planning on machining those tomorrow afternoon. Planning on. We'll just hope everything goes to plan.
Yeah, he needs to get them done to go into this car because you got an event soon.
Yeah, end of next month.
Okay, so what's that? 5 weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a bit further ahead than we normally are on a car like one of our cars for an event, but with the way everything's going at the moment, it's looking really, really promising.
Awesome. Is it doing everything you expected, Dan?
Yeah, it works. It's a J with a 8-speed and a Lamik.
What could go wrong?
Ah, dude. I can't wait to get the rest of it finished. We'll do some street driving. I know it's going on the dyno tomorrow.
Yep, dyno tomorrow. Dan isn't feeling too good today, so he doesn't want to do it today, and he won't let me do it myself because he's scared I'll break it. But it's a 1J with a Haltech. You can't break them.
Yeah, but if you break it, then we got to fix it. So we'll just do it tomorrow.
It's going to get broken. All right, so Brock's car's finally running. A bit of an update for everyone that's been following along because, man, that was a big delay. Yeah, I have another 8-speed car in that I'm going to do a quick video on. It's an 8HP45, and we've also got the test Land Cruisers here. There's a lot going on at the moment. Guys, thank you all for watching. Any questions about the Lamik swaps, let us know. Hit up Brock. No, he doesn't want to do that. Too many people are ringing him already.
Please don't ring my mobile number. I will not answer it. I'm sorry, but I can't have time to answer everyone.
Yeah, he's got to make the Land Cruiser kit.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks again. We'll catch you on the next one.